Well, guys, yes, it's happened. Claudia PINA has won the Liga F Player of the Month, and that is not good for us. I think definitely not good for us. For those of us who want to keep their sanity playing this game, but we're going to talk about that. We've got like the full Joga Bonito team leaked, a couple of interesting SBCs in there as well, some more tidbits about what the promo actually is, and there's some interesting things in there too. Some Team of the Week leaks in there as well, and also some interesting hints towards maybe some new heroes that we thought we might see this year that have been in FC Mobile. If you've been watching the videos for a while, you might know who those guys are, but we'll get to that as well here in a little bit. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the top of the description. They're the safest and the cheapest option, and you can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. But as always, guys, thank you for watching and all that good stuff. I responded to everybody's comments, I believe, yesterday. Thank you all for leaving them, of course. And let's begin, actually. The 3x84 came back out, and it came back out in a pretty nice way. Repeatable 4 times now instead of 3, and it's out for a full week, and it's the same requirements as it was previously. And the servers, I guess, are just chalked here, but nice to see that they released these again, because this is a really great SBC. This and the 3x83 were really, really good. And okay, I think we're good. No, we're not. I can't I can't press anything. Okay, we're good now. And yeah, the 3x83 did not come back out, so I'd expect maybe that comes back out at some point too here. One more thing that did happen though today was that these League SBCs expired, I think it was tomorrow, and now they've been re-upped. So actually, before they even expired, they re-upped, and they're the exact same again for 2 more weeks. So in the off chance they could have changed, no, 2 more weeks still of the same League SBCs. They're not going to change. Like, these are literally, they're just not going to this year probably. They have them expire like this, I genuinely believe, just to get you on that day to see if they change. And it does leave a door open for them to make changes to them if they really wanted to, but they're just, I don't know. It's going to be such small changes all year. They're probably not going to do much, and that's going to be that. And it's the 3rd straight year of it. And you can go talk to a wall if you want that change, because EA's not listening. That we know for sure. Now, okay, Claudia PINA, Liga F Player of the Month. No stats yet, but it'll look something like this. We'll see if they keep the low driven plus or if they go with the finesse plus. That is yet to be seen here, but my goodness, this got leaked and fodder went up like crazy just because of this. Like, I think it actually was simply this, because we do have more SBCs here, but they're not like that crazy or interesting to the point where they would make fodder go up a lot, but this did right here. So this is coming out, and the schedule has this, I think, in like a week. Flashbang warning, like we say every day at this point, but the schedule has this coming out here, 3, 2, 1, boom, on next Monday, the 8th. And if we know the winner right now, the odds are probably better for this to actually come out sooner than that. So just beware of that, because I feel like we don't usually know winners a week ahead of time. I mean, it's rare, but it can happen. But I would lean towards it maybe being a little bit sooner than what the schedule says here. I tried to find if Liga F themselves posted it somewhere. I couldn't find it. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see about that. But yeah, that's the first bit of news here. And by the way, Claudia PINA scored 2 more goals today, and she is just ridiculous in real life right now. This is a real possibility that this is what her card is next year. Something like this. 89 rated, low driven plus still. She might lose her cheaper beast tag because she might graduate to just like one of the better cards in the game, honestly. So Donk says over before it begins, but actually it's going to be harder to get her probably next year if she continues at this pace. So anyway, let's keep moving on here. As we got the news today, one of the first bits of news is actually Cesc Fabregas added to come as a new hero in FC 26. And Sheriff says here he will not come that soon, but he should come at some point during this year. And this is around the same time we got some news about some other heroes as well in the code. People have found them in the files, and here are a couple more of them. So there's Fabregas's like face right here in game, and here also is Claudio Pizarro, who was announced to have won that vote, and now we have seen his model here in game. So he'll come at some point this year as well, you would assume. And also down here, Marwan Fellaini as well has been found. And the thing with Fellaini and with Fabregas is that they were in FC Mobile, like dating back to, I think it was in the beginning of last summer. They got added to FC Mobile. We assumed then they would be coming into FC 26 at the start of the year, and we didn't see them as one of the new heroes. So I'm assuming that we'll see them as we go on this year. If you want to see the full list of the ones that were added to FC Mobile, it was this right here. And you can actually ignore these stats. They're just predictions, but these are what they were. So there's Fellaini, there's Fabregas. It was Michael Carrick. It was Kohler, Cambiasso, Mandzukic, Barzagli, and Gilberto Silva. These 8 were added to FC Mobile, and we were waiting for them. Now we've seen them in the code. They're probably all coming at some point this year. Maybe some of them get left for new heroes next year just to sell new features or whatever. But yeah, now we do know that these will make the jump at some point here into the actual game. But okay, we can move on now to the Joga Bonito stuff here. So over 60 specials and packs apparently, says FIFA Trading Romania. Themed SBCs and Evos. Okay, that's not too surprising there, but over 60 impacts, I guess. I don't know what else they're going to add besides the promo team. I'm going to start off by showing you the SBCs that we have. There's a couple of them, but the promo team itself has a lot of good players in it, but the SBCs themselves are kind of what you expect here for most of these promos. First one being Berbatov, added to come soon. You know, they might juice this card out a little bit, but it might not be the best card ever. Stats or predictions on like everybody today, so there's a Berbatov concept there. And then the other SBC leak here is Lucas Paqueta. So SBC for him. And, you know, interesting time for him to get an SBC considering the things that have been going on recently. But both could be pretty good if they juice them, and both could be middest of the mid, right? We just don't really know until we see the stats and stuff. And all right, we'll move on now to the promo team itself. This is the official card design now. We do have it here. Not as good as the concept one that we were seeing the last couple days, but it's not bad. First up being Bonmatzi. Okay, won't be able to afford her, so take a good look while you can. Next up, a couple more good ones here. Cole Palmer added to come into the promo team, and then next to him is Vitinha as well. The theme obviously is great dribblers. It appears to be in this promo, right? We kind of figured that, but yeah. Next up here, two more. Michael Elise in the promo team, and then Kenan Yildiz as well. Did I have to change my pants seeing this? Yes, I did, and I'm not really that ashamed to admit it. And then after that, I think we can look at the full promo team now. And oh wait, hold on, before we do that, one more SBC here, and it's Ilman Njai. So like we said, probably not the most insane SBCs here for this promo. And then here is just some of the players apparently in this team. So he says some of them, but there are obviously a ton leaked in here. So we'll see what happens with that. But here we go. So Ginola makes it in. Sure. Abidi Pele. Maicon makes it in. That's going to be a crazy card, obviously. JJ Okocha in there. Frankie de Jong makes it in. Curious to see what the themed boost will be, if there really will be any. Kvaratskhelia makes it in down there. There's Naceeb, by the way. So it is confirmed to be her. We speculated that yesterday. That is now confirmed. So that's pretty cool to see. Joe Cole makes in the team. Chloe Kelly is in there. And then down here, we've got Ederson. Gervinho makes it in. That's nice to see. Definitely want some Gervinho and Barbo promo cards. Cancelo. There's Quaresma, who we saw. Cunha is in the team. Doku's in there too. I didn't actually see Doku in the team. There's a ton of like pretty hyped up players in here. Endrick, of course. We saw him already. Alaba, Murillo, Cherki makes it in, which is again another hyped up player. And then Serginho Dest down there as well. So yeah, if you're a fan of good dribbling, this is going to be your promo team, right? You probably won't be able to afford most of them, but it's going to be a cool promo, I guess, is the most optimistic way, I suppose, of looking at it. Probably a lot of expensive cards in here, right? And oh, wait, hold on. We got more SBCs, and I missed one, guys. I didn't see this, because if I saw Rose Lavelle, I'd have probably needed a second change of pants, because she is so good in this game. She's coming as an SBC or objective. Stats, once again, not official here, but there's Berbatov, there's Njai, there's Jay-Z. I don't know how to say her name. I apologize. We got the ruler himself getting an SBC, which honestly, she's a great card. There's Paqueta. Wilfred Zaha as well, which is cool to see. This Shaw card, who's a pretty popular evolution, actually. She makes it in there. There's Fernandez, Zeballos, who is also one of the best Evos recently. Same with Duranville. He was also one of the better SBCs. Sorry, better evolutions recently, an evolution chain. Saad, Hinestroza, Bade, and Lopez Munoz make it in the team as SBCs. A lot of cards in here, so wonder what they're going to do with all this. Maybe we'll see like a tournament where you can get one of these every day or something like that. But this Lavelle, if she has pinged plus, please keep her pinged plus. I'm begging you. What a card. What a card she is. And there must be a ton of players coming for this promo, because I keep seeing like random leaked posts, one or two cards here and there that we haven't seen yet. Like Ndombele here, he wasn't in that full graphic. And here's another one. Chloe Kelly we saw, but I don't think we saw Zaragoza, right? Then Mojica and Sanchez and Baum as well, who are really low rated, but stats just predictions there. So I don't know why they made him so low, but so many cards here. Okay, here's more. Actually, once again, we saw Murillo, but Alexandro in there, and Yami, Ekagini, Garbino, and Atta. Maybe swaps, guys? Swaps, maybe? Something like that? Could we, is something? Please? Isco. Hey, Isco wasn't on there. That's a cool card. Isco is always great in FIFA, by the way. Another one of those random cards. It's always really good. Do we see Kenda yet? I don't think we saw Kenda as well, also coming in the promo too. I think that's everybody. I just checked like a bunch of leak pages, and that's what we got for now. But okay, so Team of the Week leaks next here. The only official stats you've got for Team of the Week is this David Neres card from Detective Fut. He's got quick step plus 91 pace, 82 shot, 91 dribbling on him. So that's a pretty cool card there in Team of the Week. And then we have the full team leaks, just not the stats here. And that's right here. So we'll take a look at this. Lautaro Martinez makes it in Team of the Week. We got Hedgerberg. We've got Foden. Elatoon makes it in. Florian Thauvin makes it in. There's Neres. Hansko as well. Adeyemi makes it in, who might be also some, you know, good Evo fodder potentially there. Pablo Fornals. We got Malik Chow making it in for his brace for Newcastle. And then some more like kind of fodderish ones down here. Onuachu makes it in. Isn't Onuachu like 6'8" or something like like that. That's kind of funny. Wow, Pojampalo. I have not seen Joel Pojampalo in maybe a decade. He's in there for team of the week, but okay, I think that's it for that. And that's pretty much it for the leaks here. Next up, I want to talk about this, and I've seen people actually doing recently that someone's putting like block plus on their goalkeepers or intercept plus on their goalkeepers and asking like, is it good or is there anything that's noticeable with that? I ask you guys that if you've actually done this, is there anything noticeable? I would find it very hard to believe that anything happens with this at all, but in the off chance block plus somehow the goalkeeper blocks it, I guess, or something like that. I mean, that is a near 0% chance of actually being useful at all, but just in case there is in some weird universe that this actually ends up being good, if you're one of those sick bastards who's done this, yeah, let us know. And look at the market here, was actually doing pretty well today until PINA got announced. And then once PINA got announced, we got some selling on attackers, a lot of attackers actually. Then also that was where fodder went crazy, right? And right now, if you go and look at it, 87 to like 84, 8,500. They're 12, 13, 1,400 up from yesterday, which is nuts. 89s are up a couple thousand, 88s are up about 1,000, and 86s are up about 1,000 as well here. So we talked about them trickling up slowly. This makes sense, and I kind of want to sell in the hype a little bit with this. I think they're going to make PINA very expensive. I don't think she's going to be very cheap. The card itself will not look too nuts, you know. You're looking at something like the Cornerstones here. It's valued at around the 450, 500K range. I would guess it's what her price is going to be. And usually those types of SBCs, doesn't make fodder rise that much. It has to be an insane card. And the stats are not going to look like ridiculous on her, but we know in game she's going to be ridiculous, right? So I do kind of like selling into the hype here if you guys have fodder right now. I don't mind doing that. There's obviously a chance it goes up even higher than this. I kind of like selling on the hype here. If you're up on a lot of 87s and 86s, like 1,500 plus, I'd probably look at selling and just taking that money, especially now that the 3x84s are back, and I expect to see the 3x83s back as well, maybe at some point here. But yeah, funny to see these guys going up immediately. And if she does drop and she's like 750K, fodder will go back down because she's gonna be too expensive for most people. Or if she's like 150K and say it's like an 86 and 87 squad, just like one of them, then they're gonna go to the moon, like literally 3,000 more coins in this. But I don't know if EA is gonna do that. Okay, let's read some of your comments here. We've got Adam, who says, I must be doing something wrong with AI defending. If I don't manually defend, they don't move and constantly wander out of position, yet most people I play, their AI suffocates me. What the fuck am I doing wrong? And I replied to it by saying, you could be over second man pressing, or you've got different tactics, or something along those lines. Hard to know for sure without seeing gameplay, unfortunately. And yeah, usually if you feel like your AI isn't really doing much, there's probably something that is either not right in the tactics, or there's something that you're doing second man press wise or not doing second man press wise to make it feel like there's no AI. Because if you second man press right in this game and you have two DMs like that, defense is insane. And I always recommend trying the 4-2-3-1 if you don't defend well. And if you don't defend well in that formation, then you just aren't probably the best defender. You know, that's probably one of the better ways to do it, is like use a formation that is the easiest to defend. And if you don't defend well in that, then it probably is, you know, something that you should work on. So I do think that it's hard to know, like I said, without seeing your gameplay, but be careful with your second man pressing and use your DMs a lot, and your AI will do the jobs for you. Like that's kind of how this game is right now. And I got a couple comments yesterday of people saying, I can't believe that refs don't give out more reds. And I actually agree with that. I've noticed this year that there are some really bad tackles that get yellows. And it feels like the only way to get a straight red this year is basically to just tackle the last man. You can get straight reds that way. But any slide tackle from behind, it really feels like is a guaranteed yellow card if it's not last man, which is different in the past couple years. But yeah, I do feel like there's a lot less reds this year. And Cyber FM here said a comment that many people talked about in the last video's comment section, where it's like the casuals are kind of not here, right? This game doesn't feel like it's really for the casual, so I think maybe EA tries to compensate with that by making certain gameplay mechanics a lot more beginner friendly, because the game isn't so beginner friendly. But I said down here in my reply, I'm like, I can't imagine just loading up Ultimate Team for the first time and looking at all this shit. I mean, it's so overwhelming. I mean, you can't even figure out what to do first. Like, where do you go? What do you do? What's kind of going on? I've had a couple friends load up Ultimate Team for the first time, and they're like, what in the hell's going on? Even navigating through SBCs, or like I can't, you know, what do I do? Where do I go? How do I get to my players? Like what am I doing? And I know that, you know, that's like every game. It takes a bit to get used to, but this game specifically to me, when you're in like the content part of the SBC section, I feel like it's not easy to like navigate. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons as to why casuals, I think, don't really like find this game too much. And that might be total bullshit. And honestly, I have no evidence to back that up with other than just like circumstantial with like some of my friends. But I feel like it's not easy to just like load up the game and play Ultimate Team. It's kind of complicated. I don't even know if there's a real fix to that from EA's point of view, right? I don't know. I don't know if that's something they could even do. But yeah, that's kind of just a thought I had, and I thought about when you commented that. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for me. I love you, and thank you all for watching and being here today, and I will see you soon. Peace.